Prepare for a shift in water scheduling measures, this from the Water and Sewerage Authority, WASA, as it detailed the current capacity of water resources in the country as the dry season progresses. Faith Cherioth has more.
With the dry season upon us, Director of Operations at Water and Sewerage Authority Shaira Ali says preparations have been put forward to assist in tackling the challenges it comes with.
To achieve this, we are closely managing the water supply in our ponding reservoirs in North, South, and Tobago. Specifically within the Northeast District, our largest reservoirs, the Caroni, Arena, and Hollis reservoirs, which combined serve approximately 55% of the population through the Caroni and Hollis water treatment facilities.
WASA has indicated that a decline in water levels have already been experienced as the conditions of the dry season continue to peak in the absence of sufficient rainfall.
Current reservoir levels are at Arena 73.8%, which is 10% below the long-term average of 84.3%, and at Hollis Dam, currently 77%, which is just 1% above the long-term average of 76%.
To mitigate the impact of the dry season, WASA announced areas that may be impacted by scheduling measures to be implemented.
As a result, the water distribution schedules in several areas may be adjusted as required to ensure the equitable distribution of water to all of our customers. Some areas that will be impacted will include areas in the east, such as the Arima, Old Road, La Florissant, Lillian Heights, up to Aruca, and in areas in the west being fed off the Valsin and El Socorro booster stations, such as Barataria, Santa Cruz, Sawa, up to St. James, areas in central and south, such as St. Helena, Shagona, San Fernando, up to Faisabad.
Although this year's season is similar to last year's, the authority is urging the public to adopt responsible water usage measures not only during this period, but throughout as climate patterns continue to change. Faith Cherioth, TTT News.
While the threat of water shortages loom as the country enters the dry season, Water and Sewerage Authority WASA regional representatives presented their plans, sharing the level of preparedness and some of the challenges that may be faced. Director of Water Management Services in Tobago, Brian Williams, said they produce 12 million gallons of water daily, and the supply is mainly through groundwater and surface water sources. But this poses a challenge. He said that although the safest sources of water now are a combination of one impounding reservoir and a number of rivers, there has been a reduction in the rates at the river intakes.
I'm going to pass on now to Mr. Annan. And as we speak, we have reproduction, for example, on the Charlottesville River. The production has fallen on that plant by 60%. The aggregate shortfalls in production owing to reduction in flows vary from as low as 6% to as much as 60%. But in combination, Tobago is now experiencing a 14% reduction in the available amount of water.
For South, however, the region's Director of Water Management Services, Anand Jagannath, said Navet Reservoir, with over 76% stored water in the dam, meets WASA's long-term needs for providing a sustainable water supply for the duration of the 2025 dry season.
We collaborate very closely with the Met Office. We analyze, the historic trends in terms of how much water we have stored for this time of year, and all of this feeds into a model which guides us as to what is the optimal production out of Navet.